Steve, how much are you relishing this Scottish Cup tie?
Yeah, it should be a cracker, eh? Two good teams. If it's anything like as good as the last game here, the atmosphere, everything about it obviously was a good day for us because we won the game. But now it'll be a tough challenge. I think tough challenge for both teams. Competitive game, and now we look forward to it.
Were you able to take that confidence from that game, the belief, into this one?
Yeah, I think so. It's always nice when you've had a recent victory against one of your top opponents or big opponents. So we didn't start the last game, or the last Rangers game particularly well. We allowed ourselves to go behind, but showed good character, resilience to get back in the game, and eventually pulled off what for us was a good win and a good 3 points.
I think there's added spice in this one, Dylan. There seems to be comments going back and forth between you and Stephen Gerrard.
Well, that's what you guys are in it for. You love it, don't you? That's what it's all about. Listen, on that one, I'm a little bit disappointed. Obviously, that Stephen came back more personal than I had made the original comment. I made a wide-ranging amount of comments about consistency, and I've been consistent in asking for consistency since August. I mentioned some incidents, no names. I didn't name anybody. No names from me. I mentioned the fact that one of our players and another player, I didn't mention the name, were involved in similar incidents, and I just asked for consistency of the process from me. And I criticised you guys, not you guys personally. I said there was a media witch hunt against our player, which there was ridiculous. Went on for the full week, felt like a month. The head of refereeing got involved, supporters groups got involved. It was crazy. And then the compliance officer got involved. My player got a 2-match ban. Okay, we accepted it, moved on. And I just want consistency. And if me in asking for that consistency I have to upset a fellow manager or another club, then that's what I have to do, because that's my job. So why Stephen chose to come back personal, I'm not too sure.
Is that disappointing, given you were his coach for a while at Liverpool, and you said you lacked class?
No, but class is subjective, eh? I'm 55 years of age. I've got no worries about how I live my life, personally or professionally. So that doesn't bother me.
I take it the bigger issue is still consistency, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. That is what I'm asking for. That's all. And if you're at a smaller club, you tend to get a little bit less column inches, a little bit less exposure than you do at the bigger clubs. I just want everybody to be treated the same.
You asked for the compliance officer to do her job last week. Hoped that she would do her job. Are you satisfied with the outcome, or lack of outcome?
I don't think the outcome is consistent.
Is that a surprise to you?
Not really.
Why do you feel that there is that inconsistency?
I don't know. I've got no idea. It's a question for the people who sit on these panels, not for me. I can only ask, and I continue to ask. What I will try and do between now and the end of the season is lay off a little bit, because I think anybody who wants to understand the point I'm trying to make will already understand, and anyone who doesn't understand the point I'm trying to make will never understand. So probably better for me, for my sake really, is that I back off from it and leave it alone. But it would be nice to see a lot of consistency, a lot more consistency in decisions.
Are you preparing for a Rangers team that has Alfredo Morelos in it, or not in it?
We'll prepare for both. It's difficult to prepare anyway, because we played Wednesday night. Tough game that we made tougher for ourselves, so we had to press like crazy in the second half to get something from the game. Mind you, we almost threw it away, but that's another story. But we had to press like crazy in the second half, so between the last game and the next game is just mainly recovery for the boys that played the other night. So there'll be a lot of work done on the classroom, if you like, rather than on the pitch, because we don't have time to prepare properly on the pitch. But we played Rangers recently. We know that they've got a couple of ways of playing, different ways of playing. Sometimes Morelos and Defoe in the same team, sometimes only Morelos in the team, sometimes only Defoe. They've got Kyle Lafferty. So we'll prepare for all those options.
What do you feel maybe hasn't clicked in the last couple of games?
In terms of what?
3 games without a win at the moment, which isn't like yourselves.
Aberdeen away was a good point. I thought everything clicked quite well. We defended well. Hearts here was a close game. We allowed ourselves to go too far behind, couldn't get it back, but it wasn't for the lack of trying. I said after the game that we would play worse than win. I stand by that. Against Dundee started very, very well. Sometimes you have to give credit to the opposition, which I tend to do if I have to. And I thought Dundee started that game very well. And we were tremendous in the second half. Tremendous. I criticised my team only for the last 5 minutes plus injury time, when away from home you have a point and you gamble on that point. It is crazy. It's better just to take the point, because at the end of the season we'll just add up the points that we've got and we'll see where that takes us in the league. So in terms of 3 games without a win is quite irrelevant. The team, I always speak about consistency of performance, and the team has been reasonably consistent.
How important is a cup run to yourself as a manager? How was it as a player?
Well, I managed to win the FA Cup, managed to get beat in the final as well. So no, as a player it was always nice to get your hands on silverware. As a manager it would be nice, but we're under no illusions. It's a tough draw for us and it's a tough draw for Rangers. So we'll see how this round pans out, and then we'll worry about the rest.
150th year of Kelly. Does that appeal to the romantic in Steve Clarke?
You haven't spoken to my wife, have you? Listen, it's not about. It doesn't put any extra pressure on us. We're going to try and win every game. We're going to try and go as far in the cup as we can. If we can make it all the way, then great. If we go out, but we've tried our best, then also great.